welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be my reading wrap-up for May, and I have read 9 books. 3 of them were on my Kindle, so you can't see them here, but yeah, it was a pretty good reading month, so let's get into it. The first book that I read in May is the 3rd book in the Smith series. This one was about Sarah and Hugh Prentice, and Sarah is the cousin of Honoria, who's the FMC in the first book, and Hugh is a friend of her cousin also. They did not really like each other at first, but since they were both important people at Honoria's wedding, they kind of had to be more together. And after Sarah took time to actually get to know him, she found out that he was a good person, and Hugh found out that Sarah was not this theatrical person all the time, and she was also a good person. So that's pretty much it. It's just kind of enemies to lover, but they were not really enemies, they just didn't really like each other. And I think I gave this one like 3.5 or maybe 4, but yeah, good book. After that I read Game On. This is the 3rd and final book in the Into Darkness trilogy. This one is about Tyler and Stella. Tyler is the friend of the MMC in the first book, and Stella was not talked about in the other books. She is a tattoo artist, and she is the daughter of like a wealthy man and wealthy family. And Tyler is trying to kind of avenge himself, and I did not really enjoy the book because Tyler found out that something he thought since he was like really young was actually not real. So it changed the whole book, and yeah, no, I just didn't really like that at all. I gave this one I think 3 stars. Yeah, it was enjoyable, but not my favorite of the 3 books. After that I read Middle of the Night by Riley Sager, and this one is a thriller mystery. I was supposed to read that with my sister, but I have no news of her, so I don't know how she liked or did not like the book and what she thought about it, so I'm waiting on that. But I did enjoy the book, and I did not guess the end at all. The clues that we could have like seen or whatever used to guess, yeah, we had to like dig a lot to think that, oh, that's why this happened, so that's how that thing happened. Yeah, so many things that we thought were like done at like that night by only one person were done by, well, that will be a spoiler, but were done by more than one person. So yeah, but the book was trying to get us to think something, and I did not go that way, so I knew it was like not that thing. But yeah, I did not guess the end at all, and it was really good. I think I gave this one like 4.5, and I do recommend it. After that I read Two Can Play, and I'm pretty sure I read that in a reading vlog. So yeah, it was really small. I read that in a day, but it was interesting. I would have read more of that. I will do the books on my Kindle at the end. So now the other book that I read is the 4th and last book in the Smith series. This one was about Iris and about Richard. Iris is one of the cousin of the whole Smith family, and Richard is Then I also read another Regency romance. This one is Portrait of a Scotsman. This is the third book in the series. In this one we follow Hattie and Lucian. It's again the same trope as the other book. Lucian needs to marry. Hattie is from a wealthy family and they are found in a compromising situation and they really have to marry. Hattie doesn't really know why and it's just lie and then they find out the truth. But in this one, Lucian is not actually like a wealthy person. He is now, but he came from a poor family. Actually his father, well, all of his family died and he came from nothing and then got a lot more money with time, and now he is actually rich, but people still look at him weirdly because he is not supposed to be there since he came from like a poor place. People who are rich are supposed to be born in a rich family, so yeah, it's not usual. And it's again a whole story about him trying to avenge himself and Hattie not really knowing what happened to him and what's the story and why he had to marry her and not anyone else. And yeah, a lot of lies and just a lot of weird things. And I just remember that in this book it was actually not what I remember. What I said, not true at all. In this one, Richard had to marry, but it's because we find out that his sister is pregnant, but she was not married. And the plan was to him get married and pass the baby as his and Iris's baby. The thing is, she's like super blonde, super pale. Her eyes are so blue pale that she looks kind of like blank everywhere. But the sister and Richard are like brown hair, brown eyes and everything, so the plan would not have worked. Like it wouldn't have been their baby. And the sister was really not into that plan. So we just find out who the father is and then everything goes from there. But yeah, after remembering this, I still really did not enjoy that at all. But yeah, it was interesting to read. So we'll go back to this that I also did not really enjoy, and I thought it would take me like 3 days to read. It took me 6. I really did not have time at the end of the month to read, so that was really long. And yeah, again, not my favorite from this series. And I just found out that there's a 4th one and I don't even think that I will read it. So yeah, now we will go into the Kindle books. Okay, so I changed a little bit from this morning. I just came back from work and yeah. So now I will do the books that I read on my Kindle. The first one is an ARC. It's Immortal Flame by Taryn Knightley. And I'm pretty sure this was also in a reading blog. But I will still talk to you about what this book is. It is essentially the point of view of the MMC in the first book, which is Immortal Origin, and this one is out. So it's pretty much the same thing that we read in book 1, but from another point of view. So nothing really new here. I give this book 3.75. It was good, but as I said, nothing new. So that's pretty much it. And then I read another ARC. This one is Bloodstone from M.K. Dioradan. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name correctly, but yeah. And this is the first book in a series, The Mythic Artifacts. I gave this book 3 stars. I will look at my review on Goodreads. So first off, this book is an archaeologist type of book. In like way back in the days, it's from like the World War II. Um, so there was a lot of talk about Nazis and Hitler stuff. Yeah. I have 5 things that I wrote in my review. The first one is that in the book there's an obsession with the FMC's hair. There's always talk about how blonde it is, and oh, now it's down, and now it's up in a ponytail, and now it's up in a braid and whatever. And at first I thought that her hair was like important, but like not at all. So we were just reading about blonde hair for nothing. The second thing is that not even a week after knowing the MMC, the FMC's name is Mel's. It's not her full name, but she wants to be called Mel's. And the MMC is Bess. So yeah, not a week after knowing him, she like already wanted to kiss him. She was always talking about wanting to kiss him or touch him or whatever, but like she did nothing, and she didn't really like him. So it was a weird vibe. Third thing is that Mel had a watch that her grandmother gave her, and she was always talking about that watch, but every time she was talking about it, she was saying how the time wasn't the right one because she was in Egypt and her grandmother was in the US. But like it did nothing to the story. We didn't really need to know that she had a watch and that it was not the right time on it. Like it was said like multiple times, and it changed nothing for the story. I was confused why we had to know that. The fourth thing is that the FMC had kind of a meltdown after she actually kissed the MMC, because where they were not supposed to kiss at all, and they did, but someone kind of, well, not saw that, but kind of. The way the MMC reacted was kind of like, oh, I'm doing nothing important and blah blah. And what she thought, she's 22 by the way in the story, what she thought is, oh, he's doing nothing important, so I'm not important and blah blah. And she had like a huge meltdown about that. She even like pushed him and like just kind of screamed at him. But like, babe, you were not supposed to be kissing right now. Yeah. And now the last thing is that the chapters were either 7 minutes to read or 30 minutes, and on your Kindle you can like see the time that it takes you to read a chapter. And yeah, sometimes they were like so long for nothing. Yeah, did not enjoy that. I really hate a long chapter because when I am about to go to sleep, I always want to read another chapter and maybe another one. But if it takes me 30 minutes to read, I just won't read another chapter. And even if I'm not going to sleep, like if it's just like me reading, I don't want to read for 30 minutes one chapter. Maybe 2 or 3 chapter for the same amount of time. I feel like I don't progress the same amount in a book, even if it's the same amount of pages, but just fewer chapter. Maybe you know what I mean, but yeah, oh, I really hate long chapters. So I gave this book 3 stars. I probably will read the next book in this series. I'm not sure. I have already read other arcs by this author, and that's why I was recommended this one also. And now, the last book that I read, I have a reading vlog about that, so I will not be doing a full review. It's my last video, it's the reading vlog about The Deal. And I gave this book 4 stars on Goodreads, but it's actually like 4.75, so I will change that to a 5 stars and edit my review. I really enjoyed this story, and it was fun to read on my Kindle. I think it took me like 2 or 3 days. It was like a fast read. And I enjoyed the like history behind Anna's character. I really felt connected to her in a way, so yeah, this was really good, and the show is also really good. So that is it for today's video. You have now the full review of the 9 books that I have read this month, and if you have anything to say about these books, you can comment down below and it will be my pleasure to talk with you. If you want to talk about anything else, you can also comment down below and it will also be my pleasure to talk with you. With that, I will see you in the next one. Bye!